Hey, what's up guys? Nalewanyj here of BodyTransformationTruth.com, and this is the second installment of my Q&A series where I give you quick to the point, no BS answers to your training, nutrition, and your supplementation questions. I'll post links to all of the other Q&As that are available in the description box below if you want to check those out. But let's jump into today's 5 questions. So question number 1, are squats really necessary in order to build big legs? Now I know that a lot of hardcore bodybuilders out there will usually treat squats as being the be-all end-all of effective leg training, but the simple truth is that it actually is perfectly possible to build impressively muscular legs without them. Yes, squats are a great exercise, and yes, I do recommend that you perform them as part of your overall leg routine if you're physically able to. A barbell squat is probably the single most productive lower body movement out there. However, that doesn't mean that there's anything magical about squats, and it also doesn't mean that they're mandatory or that you can't build big legs without them. So if you have an existing injury that prevents you from squatting, or certain equipment limitations, or just some other reason why you can't or don't want to perform them, it's really not the end of the world as far as your leg training goes. Any exercise that places your quads under tension and that allows for progressive overload over time is still going to be an effective way of stimulating size gains. And there are a ton of other lifts besides squats that can do that for you. That includes leg presses, so either 45-degree or horizontal, and done either both legs at a time or one-legged. You have barbell and dumbbell lunges, barbell and dumbbell step-ups, even leg extensions. These are all perfectly acceptable ways of training your quads for increased size and strength. And they will produce very significant gains as long as enough total intensity, volume, and frequency are in place. Again, I'm not saying that squats aren't a really great leg exercise, because obviously they are. However, to say that you can't train your lower body effectively without squats, that's just not correct. Question number 2, what is the best way to approach cheat meals as part of a complete bulking or cutting diet? Well, given that proper muscle building and proper fat burning nutrition is really all about the big picture, and given that a small amount of high fat or high sugar food is not going to negatively affect your progress in any noticeable way in the first place, I really don't like the term cheat meal or cheat food, because it implies that you're doing something wrong or something that is outside of the rules. So my suggestion is to stop telling yourself that this particular food is good and that particular food is bad, because your body doesn't see it like that anyway, and instead that you just view your diet as one complete overall package. Your favorite, what you might call cheat foods, should just be looked at as one piece of your complete approach to eating, and as long as you eat them in moderation, it's not going to affect your bottom line muscle building or fat burning results at the end of the day. If you want an actual concrete figure to go by, then the 10 to 20%, 80 to 90% approach is a good guideline, which just means that if 80 to 90% of your diet is based around things like high quality protein, minimally refined carbs, and healthy fats, and that you're getting in a couple servings of fruit and vegetables each day as well, then the other 10 to 20% can come from whatever foods you'd like, as long as it reasonably fits into your daily macronutrient totals. Following a flexible approach to nutrition like this is going to make your life far more enjoyable day to day, and in my opinion, it promotes a much healthier relationship with food as well. Question number 3, do testosterone boosters really work? And if so, what is the best test boosting supplement available? So the simple answer is this: if you currently have below average testosterone levels that have been brought on by a specific vitamin or mineral deficiency, then it is possible to use supplementation to bring yourself back up into the normal range. Now, the 3 main compounds to pay attention to here are going to be zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D3. Zinc and magnesium are both depleted from your body through sweat, and vitamin D3 is something that nearly everybody doesn't get enough of. And I'll provide a link in the description box below if you want more info on the specific dosages for those supplements. However, if you're like most of the population and your testosterone levels are already somewhere within the normal range, then using natural supplements to try and boost those levels into an above normal range, that's also high enough to actually measurably increase muscle growth or fat loss in a significant way, that's likely going to be a complete waste of money for you. There's really no evidence at all to show that traditional test boosters, so things like tribulus or D-aspartic acid or long jack, there's no evidence to show that they are of any real use for bodybuilding specific purposes, especially considering that testosterone levels have to be elevated by several 100% to actually provide a real increase in muscle growth. Now, if you feel that the increase in libido that some of these supplements might produce, if you find that that improves your mood or your motivation or your energy levels in a way that positively impacts your training or other areas of your life, and that's totally fine, and it might have some real application. However, if you're using them purely for their testosterone boosting properties, then you'd be much better off to save your money and to spend it elsewhere. Question number 4, what types of foods and meals should be eaten before and after cardio in order to maximize fat loss? So cardio should really just be viewed as an overall calorie burning tool, and trying to basically manipulate the type of fuel that your body uses during the session, whether it be carbs or fat, using special pre and post cardio nutrition guidelines, that's really just going to be a waste of time and effort. The body's energy systems are extremely complicated and dynamic, and since fat loss ultimately just comes down to maintaining an ongoing calorie deficit in the big picture, there's really no need to preoccupy yourself with what happens within small like 30 to 45 minute windows a few times a week. So just base this one on personal preference and go with whatever specific food combination in whatever specific amount and at whatever specific time before your session helps you to perform at your best and makes you feel the most comfortable during your actual cardio workout. So whether that's a small shake, a medium-sized snack, or even a large meal, it's completely up to you. And as far as post-cardio nutrition is concerned, the same basic thing applies. Just finish your cardio workout and resume your regular eating plan by getting in any basic protein and carbohydrate combination that fits into your overall diet as a whole within a couple hours after finishing the session. And question number 5, I'm having trouble eating enough throughout the day in order to meet my calorie needs for muscle growth. Any tips? So first off, if hitting your overall calorie needs for muscle growth is really posing that much of a challenge for you, then I'd first recommend that you make sure that you aren't going overboard on total food intake in the first place. Remember that your body can only build so much muscle over any given time period, and a moderate calorie surplus of anywhere around 300 to 400 calories above maintenance is really all that's needed to max out your muscle building potential anyway. Not to mention that it's also going to help you keep fat gains minimized. However, assuming that your daily calories are in the proper range for yourself and you're still having issues with feeling full all the time, I'll give you 3 quick tips. The first tip is to experiment with different daily meal frequencies and meal layouts to find the one that maximizes your individual appetite. Everybody is different here, so try out a few different approaches like 3 large meals or 5 medium-sized meals or 7 small meals, because this alone can help out quite a bit. Secondly, add in some homemade high-calorie smoothies into your diet. Smoothies are a really easy way to consume a large number of healthy calories very quickly, and using these in combination with your regular whole food meals is going to make it far easier to hit your overall calorie requirements. And the third one is to make sure that you're including some more calorie-dense food items in your plan to go along with the typical chicken, rice, and veggie bodybuilding style meals that you're probably already eating. There are a lot of possible options here, such as things like nuts, dried fruit, fruit juice, chocolate, healthy oils. Just find some high calorie foods that fit into your overall macronutrient needs for the day and combine those with the other regular meals that you're already eating. and hitting your calorie goals for the day really shouldn't be too difficult. And to make this even easier for you, don't forget to employ the 10-20-80-90 rule that I mentioned earlier by also including a small amount of your favorite cheat foods just to bump up your calorie totals even higher. So thanks for watching this video lesson. I hope you found this Q&A useful here today, and part 3 will be on the way soon. If you want to learn a ton of other no BS science-based tips to help you build muscle and lose fat as quickly and efficiently as possible, along with concrete step-by-step plans that you can follow, make sure to head over to bodytransformationtruth.com and grab my complete body transformation blueprint system by clicking the icon at the top of the video or by using the link in the description box below. If you did enjoy the video, as always, please make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. And make sure to check out my official blog over at SeanNal.com for all of my latest articles, tips, and other updates. Talk to you again soon.